If you want to be a part of the conversation before it happens here on YouTube, click that link in the description to join the free Courtside Financial Discord. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Weekend Recap on the Courtside Financial Podcast, a segment where we bring you a compilation of everything that went down throughout the week from a stories perspective. Before we get into this video, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and click the notification bell icon so you don't miss out on any content that's coming in the future. Lucid Motors, the brainchild behind those sleek luxury electric vehicles, is making waves once again. They've just secured another $1 billion from Saudi Arabia. Talk about driving in the fast lane, folks. Now, you might be thinking, why is Lucid tapping into Saudi's wealth reservoir again? Well, it seems that they're facing a bit of a speed bump. Despite their cutting-edge technology and jaw-dropping design, finding buyers for their pricey Air sedan has been a little bit of a challenge. I mean, I'd like one if I could afford it. It's been like trying to parallel park a bus in rush hour traffic. But anyways, fear not, because Lucid's got a plan. They're revving up production and cutting prices faster than the Formula One pit crew. And hey, they're not even stopping at sedans. The electric Gravity SUV is set to hit the roads by the end of the year, promising to turn heads and turn profits. But here's the kicker: Lucid's CEO, Peter Rawlinson, he's not about to hit cruise control and coast on Saudi's cash. He's actually trying to steer clear of relying on their deep pockets too heavily. Respect, Mr. Rawlinson. Respect. It's like he's saying, sure, Saudi Arabia's got the fuel, but we're the ones behind the wheel, navigating the twists and turns of the market. But let's not forget the bottom line. Lucid lost a staggering $2.8 billion last year. That's enough to make even Elon Musk do a double take. But yet they're not hitting the brakes just yet with $1.4 billion in cash and cash equivalents. They're charging ahead, putting the pedal to the metal. So what's the verdict, dear listener? Is Lucid on track to revolutionize the electric vehicle market? Or are they spinning their wheels into a financial whirlwind that's not going to end pretty? Only time will tell, my friends, but one thing's for certain, the ride's just getting started. Buckle up, because we're diving into the electrifying world of Fisker. Now, you've probably heard about their sleek electric vehicle design, but today is not about their sleek designs. It's about their stock plummeting faster than a lead balloon. The New York Stock Exchange just hit Fisker with the ultimate blow, suspending trading. That's right, they're pulling Fisker off the NYSE faster than you can say electric dreams turned into a nightmare. But why, you ask? Well, let me tell you. Apparently, Fisker's stock has been playing limbo under the $1 mark for too long. And when you're playing limbo with the big dogs like the NYSE, you better have some good moves or you're going to be out of there. But just when you thought things couldn't get any worse for Fisker, they were already in a trying financial situation, they lost the potential funding with a major automaker. Rumor has it was Nissan that gave them the cold shoulder. Hello, Fisker? Yeah, it's Nissan. We're just not that into you. Now that's like losing your last lifeline on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You're left scrambling for a plan B while the clock ticks away. Speaking of clocks, Fisker's financial hourglass is running out of sand fast. With layoffs, quality issues, and their bank account looking slimmer than a fad diet, it's no wonder they're in survival mode. Tick-tock, Fisker, time is running out. But fear not, my friends, Fisker isn't throwing in the towel just yet. They're exploring all kinds of strategic alternatives. I'm talking court restructurings, capital market shenanigans, and even selling off the office coffee machine if they have to. Get your lightly used espresso maker, perfect for those late night board meetings. So what's next for Fisker? Will they rise from the ashes like a phoenix, or will they fizzle out like a cheap sparkler on New Year's Eve? Only time will tell, my friends. That's all we have for this installment of the Courtside Financial Podcast. In all seriousness, hopefully Fisker can get it together. Now let me paint a picture for you. Imagine a world where hit songs are no longer created by humans, but instead by the indigenous algorithms of artificial intelligence. Sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi blockbuster, right? Well, hold on to your hats, because that future is here. So you know AI has shattered all expectations with the release of their groundbreaking V3 model. This bad boy can churn out full 2-minute songs in just a matter of seconds. Talk about efficiency, and I mean, the best part is that it's free to all users. The folks on the internet are going bonkers over this. They're flooding the internet with AI generated tunes that people are giving standing ovations. From classical, jazz, hip-hop, R&B, Suno AI covers it all, leaving listeners craving more. But the excitement doesn't stop there. Suno AI isn't just about creating hit songs. It's about revolutionizing the way we experience music altogether. We're talking about a future where your favorite songs are not only composed by Grammy-winning artists, but by lines of code. And speaking of the future, rumors are swirling around that OpenAI is making waves in Hollywood. Imagine AI-powered blockbusters dominating the screen. It's like something straight out of a Hollywood script itself. But let's not forget where it all started. Suno AI's journey began with a team led by none other than the masterminds themselves, Shulman Freyberg, George Kushko, and Martin Camacho. These folks weren't just content with transcribing their earnings call. They had their sights set on something much bigger, AI-generated music. And boy did they deliver. Suno V3 is a testament to their dedication and innovation, providing users with a platform to unleash musical creativity like never before. From metal mayhem to soulful serenades, Suno V3 has it all. So what does this mean for the future of music, you ask? Well, according to Suno's CEO, it's all about putting the power of music creation in the hands of the people. No longer will you need years of musical training or expensive equipment to power song creation. With Suno V3, all you need is a spark of inspiration and a couple clicks of your keyboard. As we look ahead, one thing's for certain, the ChatGPT moment for music is here, and it's here to stay. So whether you're a seasoned music professional or a bathroom singer extraordinaire, I urge you to embrace this new world of AI-generated music. Who knows, you might just be the next AI-powered pop sensation. Now picture this, made in China goes global. It's not just a strategic tagline, it's a reality. Temu, the brainchild of Pinduoduo, has taken the e-commerce scene by storm, giving even the mighty Pinduoduo a run for its money. But how'd they do it? What's their magical formula? According to chairman and co-CEO Chen Li of Temu, he says, our original intention for global business is to use our own supply chain and technical capabilities to connect outstanding merchants around the world, bringing high quality products to consumers and helping different consumers realize their dreams. There it is, folks. Temu's success isn't just luck. It's a strategic dance orchestrated by the brilliant minds of Pinduoduo. They saw an opportunity to connect the dots between manufacturers worldwide, and they certainly seized it. With Temu setting up shop in over 50 countries and regions, it's clear that they're not just dipping their toes into this thing, they're making a cannonball splash into the international market. From the United States to South Africa, Temu's footprint is leaving its mark on every continent. And let's talk about advertising, folks. Temu's American Spring Festival Super Bowl ad wasn't just a commercial, it was a spectacle. With catchy slogans like "Shop like a billionaire," they're capturing the hearts and wallets of consumers across the globe. Liu Wenhai, a merchant on Temu, says, "Temu changed the game for us, mate. We went from selling hats to selling dreams. During Black Friday, we couldn't keep up with orders. It's like Christmas came early for us." You heard it here first, folks. Temu isn't just boosting sales. It's turning dreams into reality for merchants like Liu Wenhai. With Temu's fully managed model, they're taking the hassle out of cross-border business, leaving merchants to focus on what they do best. A Temu factory owner, Wang Bowen, says, "Temu isn't just a platform, it's a gateway to building our own brands. With their support, we're not just manufacturers anymore, we're creators, innovators. From factory floors to global shelves, Temu is empowering manufacturers to become brand giants." Wang Bowen's story is just one example about how Temu's business model is reshaping the land of cross-border e-commerce. But once again, let's not forget the mastermind behind it all, Pinduoduo. Their vision for a high-quality development strategy isn't just talk, it's a promise. With billions invested in R&D, Pinduoduo isn't just aiming for short-term gains. They're in this for the long haul. Chen Li said, "We will also firmly implement the high-quality development strategy into our global business and be prepared for long-term investment." And there you have it, folks. With Pinduoduo at the helm, Temu isn't just a flash in the pan. It's an unstoppable force anchoring long-term value in the ever-changing seas of cross-border e-commerce. So let's jump right into the fray, shall we? Elon Musk, the visionary behind SpaceX, Tesla, and now the driving force behind X, is in the news once again. Musk, known for his bold strategies and unorthodox maneuvers, has announced that premium subscribers to X will have access to the AI chatbot Grok. Now, you might be wondering, what's the big deal about Grok? Well, my dear listeners, Grok isn't your run-of-the-mill chatbot. Very much the contrary, it's a virtual oracle of sorts, capable of responding to queries that would make other AI chatbots run for the hills. We're talking about conspiracies, controversial political ideas, you name it, Grok's got the answer. And not just any answer, but one with a rebellious streak, as Musk himself describes it. But wait, there's more. Grok isn't just a repository of random facts and trivia. It's equipped with the ability to tap into real-time data from the X platform. Now, that's something that your average chatbot could only dream of. It's like having a direct line to the beating heart of social media, courtesy of Elon Musk's technological wizardry. Now you might be thinking, how do I get my hands on this digital marvel? Fear not, everyone, Grok isn't reserved for the elite few. Musk has decreed that all premium subscribers on X platform will be blessed with Grok's wisdom, not just those dwelling in the realm of Premium Plus. It's a move that could shape up the entire industry and keep users firmly entrenched in X's platform. But why the generosity, you ask? Well, it seems that X has found itself sailing through stormy seas as of late. Recent data indicates a decline in X usage, with fewer users flocking to the platform and even fewer sticking around. Musk's war on advertisers hasn't done the company any favors either, with a significant chunk of top advertisers pulling their budget from the platform faster than you could say retweet. And let's not forget about the competition. Decentralized platforms like Mastodon and Blue Sky are gaining traction, while Threads, backed by the formidable might of Meta, is making waves of its own. With adversaries closing in from all sides, X needed a game changer, and it seems like Grok might just be that for them. So what does the future hold for X and its rebellious AI chatbot Grok? Only time will tell, everyone. But one thing's for certain, when Musk sets his sights on something, the world holds its breath in anticipation. Will Grok revolutionize the way that we interact with social media, or will it fade into obscurity like so many tech fads before? Picture this, it's 2016. Facebook, the social media juggernaut, is eyeing competition like a hawk. But instead of playing fair, they decide to pull a move straight up out of a spy movie. Enter Project Ghostbusters, Facebook's covert operation to snoop on Snapchat users. Can you believe it? Now, before we dive deeper into the digital drama, let me set the stage. Snapchat, with its ephemeral messages and ghostly logo, was soaring high. But Mark Zuckerberg, the mastermind behind Facebook, wasn't going to let one of his rivals steal the spotlight. He had other plans. So what did Facebook do? They launched Project Ghostbuster. And no, they weren't actually busting ghosts. They were busting into Snapchat's encrypted network traffic. Talk about high-tech espionage. But here's where it gets juicy, folks. Facebook didn't just crack Snapchat's code for fun. They wanted to know every move that their users made on the platform. It's like having a digital spy lurking in your smartphone. And how did they do it? With a little something called a NIO, a VPN service that Facebook acquired. But wait, it gets even more interesting. They were paying teenagers to use a NIO like some sort of cyber James Bond operation. You might be wondering, is this even legal? Well, that's what the courts are trying to figure out. You see, some Facebook employees weren't too thrilled about Project Ghostbusters. They knew it was absolute shady business from the get-go. Jay Perrick, Facebook's infrastructure engineering head, and Pedro Kanahati, the security engineering head, were like the whistleblowers of the tech world. They were shouting from the rooftops, "This is not okay." But did Facebook actually listen? No. They went ahead with their little snooping spree, expanding their surveillance to Amazon and YouTube too. It's like a digital invasion of privacy on steroids. Fast forward to 2020 and the lawsuit bomb drops. Sarah Graber and Maximilian Klein filed a class action lawsuit against Facebook, accusing them of playing dirty in the data game. And let me tell you folks, it's about to get real in the court. Now, where does this leave us? More questions than answers. Did Facebook cross the line? Will Snapchat and the others strike back? And what does this mean for the future of digital privacy? Amazon, the ever-expanding juggernaut of convenience, has just upped its game once again. You heard it right, folks. Amazon is now delivering prescription medications right to your doorstep and on the same day that you order them. Now, if that's not a game changer, I don't know what is. Imagine this, you're waking up feeling a little bit under the weather. You check your medicine cabinet and lo and behold, you're running low on your prescription med. Normally, you'd have to drag yourself to the pharmacy, wait in line and hope that they have what you need in stock. But not anymore, my friends, not anymore. Now with just a few clicks on your phone or computer, you can have your meds delivered right to your doorstep faster than you can say, Alexa, refill my prescription. But wait, there's more. Amazon isn't just stopping at the Big Apple and the City of Angels. They're planning to roll out this service to more than a dozen cities before end of year. It's like Oprah giving out prescriptions. You get a prescription, you get a prescription, everybody gets a prescription. Now you might be wondering, Obi, how on earth are they pulling this off? Well, dear listeners, Amazon isn't just relying on the wave of a magic wand and a sprinkle of fairy dust. They're using some serious tech and logistics wizardry to make this happen. They set up super sleek state-of-the-art facilities stocked with all the most common meds for some pesky acute condition. And get this, they can process your prescription in just a matter of minutes. That's faster than it takes for me to decide what to order for lunch. But wait, there's more. Amazon isn't just relying on speedy facilities. They're also bringing in the big guns. E-bikes. That's right, in New York City, they're zipping around on electronic bikes, making sure your medicine gets to you faster than you can say, I need my daily dose of vitamin C and D. And let's not forget about our friends in sunny California. Amazon's already buzzing around the LA area like a hive of productivity, delivering prescriptions faster than you can say, I left my heart in San Francisco. Now, some of you might be thinking, Obi, what about privacy? What about security? Well, fear not. Amazon takes your privacy and security very seriously. They're not just some fly-by-night organization. They've been in the game for years and they've got the know-how on how to make sure that your information is safeguarded. So there you have it, folks. Amazon is once again making headlines and raising the bar when it comes to convenience and innovation. Whether you're in the heart of the Big Apple or soaking up the sun in LA, you can now get prescription medicine delivered to your door on the same day that you order it. It's like magic, but better. Picture this: sleek, compact, electric. That's the name of the game with BYD's latest creation, the Yuan Up. Now, why is this a big deal? Well, for starters, it's affordable. It carries a price tag of $13,400. It's like getting a high-tech gadget at a budget price. But don't let the price fool you. This baby packs a punch. Let's talk specs, shall we? The Yuan Up comes in 3 trim levels, offering a range of 401 kilometers on just a single charge. That's enough to zip around town without breaking a sweat. And check this out, it can go from 0 to 100 kilometers in 7.9 seconds. Now, that's what I call speed on demand, especially for this price point. So you're probably wondering what's under the hood. Well, wonder no more. The Yuan Up is powered by an all-electric platform, making it a green machine through and through. Plus, with fast charging capabilities, you can juice up from 0 to 80% in just 30 minutes. Talk about convenience. But wait, there's more. BYD is pulling out all the stops with the Yuan Up. They're offering a range of snazzy colors from green to pink to cater to the taste of the younger crowd. And if you're quick on the draw, you can snag some sweet deals, including trade-in subsidies and a 0% interest note. It's like BYD saying, come on down, folks, and join the electric vehicle revolution. Now let's talk numbers. BYD has obviously been crushing it in the electric vehicle market, competing directly with Tesla, one of the pioneers here. And the Yuan family is no exception. With over 428,000 units sold in 2023 alone, it's clear that they're on to something big. And with the Yuan Up hitting the streets, BYD is setting its sights on something even bigger. They're aiming for 4 million units sold. With the Yuan Up leading the charge, they might just hit that mark. So what's the bottom line here? The Yuan Up isn't just another all-electric SUV. It's a game changer. With its affordable price tag, impressive range, and sleek design, it's poised to shake up the market and drive us further into the future of transportation. So buckle up, folks, because the electric vehicle revolution is here. Picture this: millions of dollars swirling in the digital ether. Lost in the void as Fisker, in its mad dash to scale up deliveries, momentarily misplaces its grasp on customer payment. Yes, you heard that right. Fisker, the company aiming to redefine the automotive industry, found itself in a labyrinth of internal confusion, leading to an audit that's lasted months. But let's rewind a bit. How did this mess unfold? Well, it seems lax internal procedures were likely to blame. Checks went uncashed, credit card receipts went into thin air. And in some instances, vehicles were delivered without a penny changing hands. Can you imagine buying a car and skipping the payment part? It's the stuff of dreams, or nightmares depending on your perspective. Now, while Fisker eventually managed to hunt down those elusive payments, the damage was already done. Resources were diverted, employees found themselves knee-deep in paperwork instead of focusing on bolstering sales. And if that wasn't enough, external auditors were knocking on Fisker's door demanding more documentation about their vehicle sales. Turns out Fisker struggled to keep up with their demands too. Customers were left dangling with temporary license plates, some expiring faster than milk in the desert. Talk about a bureaucratic nightmare. And as if by clockwork, the New York Stock Exchange steps in, suspending the company's shares, temporarily sending the company hurtling towards bankruptcy. Faced with plummeting stock prices and the looming threat of insolvency, Fisker slashed its prices on its remaining inventory in a last-ditch effort to stay afloat. Now, dear listeners, this tale of woe didn't unfold overnight. Fisker has been waving red flags for quite some time, warning investors about internal accounting woe. Material weaknesses, they called it. Multiple chief accounting officers jumped ship, citing insufficient controls and lack of accounting prowess. It was definitely a ship adrift in turbulent waters, desperately in need of a steady hand at the helm. But amidst all this chaos, there's definitely a lesson to be learned. Whether you're a startup aiming for the stars or an industry giant, never underestimate the importance of sound financial practices. Without a solid foundation, even the mightiest of ships can crumble. Now let's dive straight into the currents of the electric vehicle market. NIO, a key player in the electric vehicle market, specifically in China, has been making headlines as of today, as reports are showing that they have slashed their Q1 guidance. NIO's initial projections have set the bar high, estimating 31K to 33K units delivered in Q1. However, since the company revised its forecast, they're now aiming for around 30,000 vehicles delivered for the first quarter of this year. That's a notable adjustment, signaling a potential downshift in the EV market. But NIO isn't alone in this journey. Li Auto and Tesla have even felt the ripples. Li Auto downscaled in its own projections, citing lower than expected order intake, while Tesla reportedly dialed back production at its Chinese factory due to market dynamics and increased competition. Despite the turbulence, there's a glimmer of hope on the horizon. Recent data reveals a rebound in Chinese new energy vehicle sales, hinting at a market poised for resilience amidst these changes. Now let's shift gears and plug into a charged up collaboration. NIO and Geely are teaming up to expand their charging network horizon. This partnership, though, isn't just about sharing a plug. It's about creating a seamless charging experience for EV owners across different brands. From Geely's Galaxy to Lynk & Co, Zeekr, Polestar, and Smart, owners will soon find NIO charging stations at their fingertips through their app. This move isn't out of the blue, really. NIO and Geely have been laying the groundwork for this collaboration, starting with a strategic agreement on battery swapping services. Now, with charging networks in the mix, the duo aims to enhance the user experience and promote the open sharing of their energy resources. With NIO's extensive network boasting thousands of battery swapping stations and charging stations, this partnership comes to fruition to power up the EV ecosystem. And there you have it, everyone. From adjustments in delivery forecasts to strategic collaboration shaping the EV landscape, it's clear that the currents of innovation and adaptation are at play. Today we've got a saga fit for the silver screen, a tale full of intrigue, betrayal, and cryptocurrency. That's right, once again we're diving deep into the tale of Sam Bankman-Fried, the enigmatic founder of FTX, and his roller coaster ride through the courts. Buckle up, because this story's been quite a wild one. So picture this, the year is 2022, and cryptocurrency is booming, and FTX is the hottest ticket in town. Then disaster strikes, FTX collapses, billions vanish into thin air, and our protagonist Sam Bankman-Fried finds himself in the crosshairs of the law. Prosecutors, as we mentioned, are calling for a jaw-dropping 40 to 50 years behind bars, while Sam Bankman-Fried is pleading for a more modest 5 to 6. But anyways, there's a twist. Just when you thought his tale couldn't get any more gripping, news breaks that FTX customers might actually see their lost funds. That's right, the winds of fortune might be shifting in Bankman-Fried's favor. Suddenly, the narrative takes a dramatic turn. What was once thought of as a lost cause now holds the promise of redemption. But will it be enough to sway the judge's decision? Anyways, that's the million-dollar question at play. Will justice be served, or will Bankman-Fried slip through the cracks once again? Only time will tell. But legal eagles weigh in, offering their 2 cents on what the future may hold for Sam Bankman-Fried. Some say the writing's on the wall, while others remain cautiously optimistic. One thing's for certain though, the case is far from over. So anyways everyone, as we await the judge's final verdict, let's ponder the twists and turns of this extraordinary tale. Will justice prevail, or will the allure of crypto riches prove to be too tempting to resist? Anyways, today we've got a headline that's hotter than a sizzling stock market. Brace yourselves, because Amazon, yes, Amazon, you heard it right, is throwing down a whopping $2.75 billion on an AI startup. So Amazon is putting this money into Anthropic. That's not just dipping a toe, that's diving headfirst into the pool. Now, why would a tech behemoth like Amazon make such a heavy investment into this company? Well, it's all about staying ahead in the fast-paced world of artificial intelligence. With companies like OpenAI and ChatGPT hot on their heels, Amazon's gearing up for an AI arms race like no other. Picture this. Amazon, with its eyes set on the future, decides to make its largest outside investment ever in San Francisco-based startup Anthropic. And hold on to your hats, because this isn't small change that we're talking about. We're talking about billions, folks. But wait, there's more, because Anthropic isn't just any run-of-the-mill AI startup. It's armed with revolutionary generative artificial intelligence that's shaking up the industry. They've got this chatbot Claude, which is giving the big players like OpenAI a run for their money. Now here's the kicker. Anthropic released Claude 3, their latest AI model, claiming it's more powerful than ever before. It's like bringing a bazooka to a water gun fight. And guess what? Their top model outperformed OpenAI's ChatGPT 4 and even Google's Gemini Ultra. Anyways, hold on, because the plot thickens. Just when you thought things couldn't get any wilder, we've got the crypto exchange FTX selling off its stake in Anthropic. Talk about a roller coaster ride of financial maneuvers. So what does this mean for the future of artificial intelligence, you might ask? Well, it's a battleground out there, and Amazon is gearing up for the fight of the century. With billions on the line and innovation at its peak, the tech world is about to witness a showdown like never before. So everyone, the era of crypto grift has essentially come to a screeching halt, and the individual that has found himself in the hot seat, former CEO of FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried. 25 years behind bars, that's a sentence handed down on him by the federal judge. But what exactly led to his dramatic downfall? Once again, a labyrinth of deceit, secret funneling of funds, and a web of lies was spun. Bankman-Fried and his cohorts created a digital exchange, FTX, promising investors the moon and the stars. But alas, behind the curtains lied a sinister scheme. Customer funds diverted to fuel other ventures, plush real estate acquisitions, and even political campaigns. This is stuff of white-collar nightmare, folks. But anyways, fear not, because the saga didn't really end there. Thanks to some sleuthing from some journalists and a timely tweet from CZ of Binance fame, the house of cards came crashing down. A domino effect caused chaos throughout the entire industry, leaving billions of dollars in customer funds vanishing into thin air. Now here's where things get interesting. Are we witnessing the demise of crypto, or merely a transition into a new frontier? There are optimists among us like Chris Dixon of Andreessen Horowitz. Guys like him are painting a rosy future filled with practical blockchain application. But hold on to your hats, because reality might just throw us a curveball. Blockchain has oftentimes outpaced tangible results. Sure, we've got smart contracts and decentralized organizations galore, but where's the beef? Show me the money, as they say. The truth is that most blockchain ventures seem to exist in the realm of speculation rather than substance. Amidst a sea of uncertainty, one cryptocurrency does stand tall: Bitcoin. Why, you ask? Because Bitcoin is backed by something real: energy. Its proof of work model ties it to value, the very source of our economic infrastructure. And in a world of uncertainty, energy remains constant. So anyways, what's the verdict? Is crypto's wild ride coming to an end, or are we merely witnessing a recalibration of the digital landscape? Who knows? We'll keep an eye on the environment and the landscape as things continue to progress. Now let's get straight to the heart of the matter. Bumble. Picture this, it's the year of the pandemic and Bumble's IPO was hotter than a fresh cup of coffee on a Monday morning. But fast forward to today, it seems like their stock is about as lively as a soggy biscuit. What's the deal? Well, strap in folks, because we're about to break it down. Lydia Jones, Bumble's new CEO, is on a mission to sprinkle some spice back into the dating game. Jones, fresh from her stint at Slack, where she left just after 10 months, talk about a whirlwind romance, is now at the helm of Bumble. And let me tell you, she's not here to play it safe. With user fatigue creeping in like an unwanted third wheel, Jones knows she's got her work cut out for her. But fear not everyone, she's armed with a plan as bold as love at first sight. Picture this, a bustling San Francisco restaurant, the clinking of glasses and the aroma of innovation in the air. Amidst the lunchtime diners, Jones shares her vision for Bumble's revival. It's a tale of layoffs, yes, but also empowerment and renewal. Whitney Wolf Herd, Bumble's founder, extends a guiding hand, setting the stage for Jones' entrance. But hold on to your hats, folks, because here comes the plot twist. Bumble, famed for its "women make the first move" mantra, is about to shake things up. Jones hints at a shift in power dynamics, where women not only make the first move, but also decide who gets to dance. It's a move that's as bold as it is brilliant, breathing new life into the age-old dance of courtship. Now let's talk tech. With AI at the forefront, Bumble's gearing up for a digital makeover like no other. From beefing up security measures to fine-tuning user experiences, Jones is leaving no stone unturned. But the real question on everyone's lips, will background checks make their grand entrance? Jones hints at the possibility, leaving us all on the edge of our seats. But wait, Bumble isn't just all about finding love. It's about forging connections that go beyond the swipe. With a focus on friendship and community, Jones plans to expand Bumble's horizons. Could we see a standalone entity for a Bumble friendship arm? The jury's still out, but one thing's for sure. Bumble's future seems to be looking a little bit brighter today than it did yesterday. And there you have it, everyone. A tale of resilience, innovation, and the quest for love in this digital age. Now let's dive straight into the spectacle that has recently graced our headlines. The jaw-dropping saga of none other than Sean Diddy Combs. Imagine this, folks. Law enforcement, decked out in military gear, is descending down on the lavish estates of Diddy in Los Angeles and in Miami. It sounds like a scene straight out of Hollywood, but unfortunately, it's reality. In Los Angeles, Homeland Security agents set up camp amidst the opulent surroundings of Diddy's neighborhood, while in Miami, the palm trees provided an ironic backdrop for the unfolding investigation. The contrast between the lush greenery and the sinister allegations against Combs is enough to stir a myriad of emotions, from shock to anger and perhaps even a tad bit of satisfaction for those who believe that they're seeking justice. Now let's peel back the layers of this unfolding drama. Diddy, a man who has meticulously crafted a public persona synonymous with the American dream, the self-made mogul who rose from the gritty streets of hip-hop to the opulent heights of wealth and fame. But behind the glitz and glamour, there's a darker narrative, one marred by allegations, sex trafficking, and abuse. Rewind to 2001 when Combs found himself in the midst of a high-stakes trial, facing charges that could have landed him behind bars for a 15-year sentence. It was a trial that seemed straight out of a comic book, with characters like Puffy, Shine, and Wolf, all these guys gracing the courtroom stage. Yet amidst the spectacle, the seriousness of these allegations loomed large, reminding us that even the shiniest facades can conceal dark truths. But let's not forget about Diddy's foray into the world of fashion, where he shattered barriers and challenged industry norms with his iconic Sean John line. Through sheer persistence, undeniable talent, the man forced the fashion world to confront its biases and acknowledge his rightful place amongst the elite. And let's not overlook Diddy's philanthropic endeavors, from launching a charter school in Harlem to pledging millions to Howard University. Diddy used his platform to champion causes close to the heart. However, amidst the glitz and glamour and heroic efforts, questions linger. Is great wealth inevitably accompanied by pain and delusionment? Does philanthropy serve as a mere band-aid for the wounds inflicted along the road to riches? These are the uncomfortable truths that the sight of law enforcement raiding Diddy's home forces us, the viewers, the fans, to confront. The glossy veneer of success can only conceal so much. As tactical vehicles tear through the facade, we're reminded that beneath the sheen lies a world of hurt and uncertainty. The saga of Sean Diddy Combs, he is innocent until proven guilty, serves as a cautionary tale. A stark reminder that even the most towering figures in life aren't immune to the harsh realities of it. Okay, so yesterday I was reading an article titled that Hyundai wants to bring their charging infrastructure into the US. And so immediately I thought about NIO. And I've always kind of had this thought, and I already discussed it on the channel in multiple videos, even in recent videos. But this was just something that kind of more or less validated it. The article talked about how Tesla has the best ratings for charging infrastructure, and there are companies like Electrify America, like EVgo, and all these other companies that are in the private sector but solely exist just for charging infrastructure, which consumers are not really the happiest with. So clearly, aside from not having enough charging infrastructure in America for battery electric vehicles, we also have the problem of the quality of the existing charging infrastructure. And so if you think about a company like Tesla, we'll get to NIO in a second, but if you think about a company like Tesla, the Biden administration is pretty much dangling $7.5 billion over their head to open up their technology to other EV companies in order to solve this problem that we have with the charging infrastructure. More electric vehicles are beginning to take market share slowly but surely, and the infrastructure is not getting any better unless you have a Tesla. And that's obviously my opinion from what I read on the internet, from what I hear from people. But anyways, now moving on to NIO. So you might be saying, why does NIO have a problem then? So I think NIO has a problem because NIO is a company that is pretty much hell-bent on getting as much infrastructure on the ground as quickly as possible, and kind of widening the competitive moat through infrastructure, allowing their users or customers to refuel their vehicles in more ways than one, whether that be supercharging, battery swapping, power mobile, destination charging, at-home charging, whatever you want to call it. NIO has all these different solutions for charging. And so my bull case with NIO is that they are on a mission to pretty much, with the markets that they're in right now, get as much infrastructure out there as fast as possible. And in my opinion, I think NIO is doing things that are way more innovative than a company like Hyundai. And not to bash Hyundai at all, but when you think about all these different competitors who are already in the US market talking about deploying infrastructure, and NIO's not even in the market, they're kind of a little bit behind. So I think that a lot of people say that for NIO to come into the US market right now would be a detrimental decision, which could be true, but a lot of their strategy revolves around, like I said, creating that moat around the infrastructure. And so if they're not in the US market and all these other companies are deploying infrastructure, and Tesla is already leading the race as far as infrastructure goes, NIO's going to have to really take a different approach when they get to the US market. Now, don't get me wrong, I still think that infrastructure is going to be important for the company when they do arrive in the US market, but I don't think that they're going to come out swinging the same way that they did in China. And to testify to this, if you look at William Li, CEO and chairman's recent comments during the Q4 earnings call about NIO in Europe, they feel that the infrastructure progression is not up to expectations. And so it becomes very difficult when you're not in your hometown and you don't have policy support. And we'll get back to the video, but I want to pause here because shout out to Stefanos, one of the moderators in the Discord. had actually asked someone who works for NIO a question based on this before people get in the comments and say, of course NIO has policy support in Norway, or of course NIO has policy support in Europe, not to the same extent that they do in China. So I'm not going to put anybody's name out there other than give Stefanos a shout out, because I don't know if this guy wants his information out there. But Stefanos said, hello, quick question regarding the swap station. I hear that in some locations, local governments are throttling/preventing the expansion of charging infrastructure as electricity providers are already overwhelmed and EV tech is moving too fast while they are too slow. Is this issue applicable to swap stations? If so, are you working on a solution? Hi, Stefanos. A lot to unfold to answer this question. In general, governments are positive towards EV solutions and are supporting new concepts like battery swapping. When it comes down to the level of implementation, then governments, grid operators, and energy companies are working to find solutions to, for example, the Netherlands, and deal with issues like grid congestion. The best solution is to have close and meaningful relationships to the governments, associations, and communities, and this is what NIO is doing. NIO would indeed want to deploy swap stations much faster, and this will require grid connection granting and construction permitting would be quicker. Stefanos responded to that saying, I see, I'm just hoping that this does not affect the infrastructure expansion speed throughout Europe. I'm sure you will make it eventually regardless. Thanks for the reply. It affects our ambitious deployment strategy for sure, but in the end, we cannot just look at ourselves and must consider all factors that affect our ability to deploy. We won't do any less swap stations though. Worst case, they come out a bit later. So hopefully they can get policymakers in Europe to kind of supercharge their infrastructure efforts, no pun intended. And so I also think that something that's going to be really important is if battery swapping is going to work out in the US, because that would also give NIO some sort of competitive advantage when it comes down to refueling, given that I believe personally that they are the best electric vehicle maker that is doing battery swapping, and they have tons and tons of patents around the technology. Bringing that technology over to the US and having it work would be amazing for the company. Now, I do know that in Norway, the vast majority of NIO customers are choosing battery as a service. So they're choosing to rent the battery and own the car, which also in turn means that they do believe in battery swapping as well. Also, NIO has partnered with Tibber as of yesterday, which is a smart energy provider. So for people whose houses are being powered by Tibber, they can actually optimize the way that their car is charged and make sure that they're charging it at the cheapest hours and smart features and things of the such. Anyways, I do think that's something to really think about with NIO when they come to the US market. What type of strategy are they going to have? Because the strategy does have to be different in my opinion. Otherwise, this thing is not going to work over here. Or are they just going to mainly focus on the cars and use other people's infrastructure to charge the cars? Or are they just going to go full out with the infrastructure like they're already doing in China and Europe, and have battery swapping stations, superchargers, power mobiles, and of course they will have at home charging piles. But anyways, that's something that I just thought about yesterday, and I wanted to put out a video and point that out. And I do want to know what you guys think about the topic. Maybe you guys can educate me here. Maybe you guys know something that I don't know. That's going to be it for this episode of Week in Recap for the Courtside Financial Podcast. If you found any of this information valuable, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and definitely leave a comment down below. Genuinely interested in hearing what you guys think about these new this new style of videos that we're doing. Anyways, that's going to be it. I'll catch you guys next time.